Hi. I've decided to come to a cemetery today because I've had some people ask me, how in the world do you walk into a cemetery? Doesn't that bother you? Because I guess it bothers them. Cemetery is the most peaceful place I've been to in a long time. I used to always, when I felt stressed or anything, I'd find myself at a cemetery, either walking the roads or different things. I always found it a peaceful area for me. It all depends on, you know, what you're thinking about at that time. It's like here today. There's a few that I can see out there, but they don't bother me. For the most part, I'd say 90% of them aren't even here. They're either in paradise or somewhere else, with their loved ones, or sad to say, some of them are even wandering, but not next to their body. Every now and then I get a couple to come to me, mainly because their grave was disrespected. Somebody busted their gravestone, and they wanted it fixed. Well, I explained to them that I can't help them with that, but I would pray for them, and I'd pray that God send them where they needed to be and not worry about that tombstone. And they would disappear. I've had, I don't know if it's Boone Cemetery. There's a cemetery in Frankfurt at the Capitol up on a hill. And when I go in there, I find it peaceful. I would go and visit Rebecca Boone, Daniel Boone's tombstone. My family was related to Rebecca Boone on her side. And I like the history of the place. But there are certain areas in there that if I walked to it, the spirits would say, wait a minute, they would stop me and ask me not to go any further because to them it was disrespectful. And I listen and I just don't go forward. But, that's happened maybe 3 times in my life, and I'll be 50. Twice I've went to a grave and I've actually seen a loved one standing next to their grave, watching them be lowered into the ground. But that's only twice I've seen that. And we have buried a lot of family members over the years. So I guess it's on your mindset on how you perceive things. If you go into a graveyard expecting to see something, well, yeah, you're going to see it because you're bringing that forward in your mind. If you're focusing on any certain names, that name of that person's going to be there. Like if I'm walking around and I see the names on the tombstone, I just read the name and go on. If I focus on that name, and that's when that spiritual activity comes to me, or it, if it's a bad enough person, they follow me home. But as I said, that's only happened to me a couple times. And I usually stop it on the onset. I don't wait and let it linger. If I know they're with me, I don't wait and say, well, I think something's with me. I stop it right then and there. I say, if you're with me and you need something, I'm not able to help you with that. Because some of these spirits are like, I don't know. Their tombstones, the ones that came to me, were over 100 years old. There's nothing you could do for that. So I would ask God to place them where they need to be and to help them or their family or whatever that's going on, and to leave me alone. And it works. Just don't go in focusing on certain names or focusing on certain objects, and do not pick up an object out of a graveyard and take it home. That would be a big mistake. you leave it. That's very disrespectful to them. I've heard of some people that were drunk, going through a graveyard and being very disrespectful to the point that they were urinating on certain tombstones. Those people like to never got over that. Things followed them home, harassed them, and then the more scared they got, the more that doorway opened up to allow a negative spirit to come in at them because of their fear and the things that was happening to them, which they shouldn't have urinated on a tombstone to begin with. That's very disrespectful. Just go in thinking He's with you. Walk in His light and love, and nothing will bother you. Just stay strong, stay focused, and enjoy the quietness. Usually this place isn't so quiet. I hear trucks and a rock quarry, but for the most part they're really peaceful and nothing's going to harm you. God bless.